Hello, and welcome back to Coin Lady channel. The most annoying part about yesterday, which was obviously a beautiful day, is the crap that Bitcoin Maximus are screaming. Have you picked up on that? Where do they stand? Would it be unreasonable to assume that they have some bias? I guess I should just say this. Do not be deceived. Lots of people out there are spreading false information and taking advantage of vulnerable members of the public, and I feel compelled to expose some of this nonsense. However, let's clear the air a bit. XRP is not a security in any way. Some, though, are not so forthright. Some of them with huge followings intentionally led their fans astray by spreading false information. Perhaps some of them honestly don't realize how wrong they are. Therefore, it is feasible that they were simply incompetent. After all, it is plausible that they were simply foolish. But I believe it's quite obvious that a lot of them are trying to mislead people on purpose. It's times like this that make me grateful for the voice I have to correct the record. In this video, I will set the record straight and offer the opinions of several attorneys. Let me state up front that I have no training or experience in the fields of law or finance. Please don't buy or sell anything based on what I say. I'm neither a lawyer or a financial advisor. I'm just a fan who occasionally dabbles in the crypto movie creating scene on YouTube, but just because it's fun. Look at this story for an illustration. CoinDesk has produced some truly absurd headlines and points of view. This is to be expected from FUD's desk, though. Here's an article by Preston Byrne, an outspoken critic of XRP, published on CoinDesk. That's right, your very own brand of illogical and unreasonable Bitcoin maxi. This Ripple Labs decision has thrown crypto token regulation into chaos, as he put it. Yes, you're absolutely right. Not much was made clear to us. That's what he's arguing, that drug usage has turned society into a train catastrophe. For this reason, folks, I'll only be discussing the first few lines of this. In a legal sense, what is as of Thursday, after the shocking split judgment in SEC versus Ripple Labs by Judge Anastasia Torres of the Southern District of New York, no public sales of cryptocurrency tokens were allowed. When sold to venture capitalists or institutional customers, XRP appears to be in violation of securities laws. When supplied to employees by insiders or sold anonymously on Bitcoin exchanges, however, they become something quite different and entirely legal. Consider his words. He's arguing that XRP is both one thing and another. And he claims that Judge Torres actually ruled that way. That is not the case at all. This man just makes things up. Then, he started writing, if this verdict stands, all issuers of cryptocurrencies can look forward to is more uncertainty in the cryptocurrency markets, uncertainty that can only be resolved by legislative action. There you go, things are a lot worse now. Rationality lawyer, after reading this story, Fred Rispoli commented, sigh, and tagged Preston Byrne in it. Many knowledgeable legal experts disagree with your stance on institutional sales, but you couldn't bring yourself to cite the finding that XRP is not a security per se, could you? On the plus side, at least you insulted Hinman. There was also that Forbes story, and other sites didn't seem to have any problems with accuracy. Take a look at Forbes's example sentence below. Simple language. XRP is not a security in any way. This data is easily accessible. Let's skip right on to this section, in fact. From the wall of Paul Gray. Coinbase top lawyer is this person. And then, he penned this. Don't assume that because of Judge Torres' ruling, XRP is always or always not a security. In contrast to what she decreed, that is on page 15, Judge Torres explicitly states that XRP is not a security. And he stated this right herein and of itself, XRP does not meet the Howey conditions of an investment contract, because it is not a contract transaction or scheme. Just to be clear, that's it. Exclamation point. Ripple's chief legal officer retweeted, a steward, alrighty, meaning there was no need to further investigate. There is no doubt about that. If you don't believe Paul Gray and Stewart, then you must believe Preston Byrne, who is widely known to be an XRP hater. In addition, here is yet another headline from the CoinDesk. What this partial victory for Ripple implications for other crypto firms in their struggle against blah 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 is discussed. A member of the community by the name of Andrew Wheelock tweeted that he had written to the CoinDesk because they keep missing the mark here. You've got to realize that you're just showing off your own potential for bias at some point. It was widely believed that investors would treat at least some of the initial distributions as securities and be charged in that way, but the fact that XRP was not classified as a security was the most important factor. Dead on. And this is what I've been saying all along, there are definitely times where Ripple might lose. Indeed, they did. But it makes no difference. They won't have any problems at all. They will be required to make a sizable restitution payment. Moreover, XRP is not a security, thus life continues as normal. That was our sincere wish. This, in fact, is the case here. Then, there's another man here as well. Kurt Gorilla Pool? He has no idea what that is. That's your luck, Kurt. The Judge Torres ruling that XRP was not a security was also disputed in a letter he penned. They're either lying to you or they're completely clueless. Which one do you believe it to be? According to him, Judge Torres never ruled that XRP wasn't a security. She split her decision on less than 1% of programmatic sales that she rolled in summary on. So, once again, Jonathan is shown to be completely wrong, as his crypto group has posted the relevant comment here. And once more, the text is as follows: in and of itself, XRP as a digital token does not meet the more stringent standards of an investment contract. Then I found this from Mr. Huber, a member of the XRP community, a screen cap of Nicholas Merton, the host of Data Dash, a very popular cryptocurrency channel on YouTube. As for myself, I've been keeping tabs on this individual since the latter half of 2017. He strikes me as a genuinely decent person. To my mind, he's rather astute. But, hey, listen, all he's saying is that. I have to ask again, is he telling the truth? Is it possible that he doesn't realize that his claims are false? He obviously doesn't know what he's talking about, what with all the rambling and references to a database. Simply put, he gave off the impression of being a good person. But he was referencing a piece from the CoinDesk. And he's drawing attention to a CoinDesk story that was literally spreading inaccurate information. I forget if it was the opinion piece, I just had a lot of remembering to do. In short, what he's telling his listeners or subscribers is the same as what he's telling us. There are apparently two distinct forms of XRP. While viewing his video on this topic, I realized that he has over 500,000 subscribers while spreading false information that XRP itself is not a security or is not enrolled to not be a security. Earlier, the video had 22,000 views, and here's someone reacting to him, falling for this garbage and believing he was writing this, which is why you can see that he liked Nicholas Merton's comment and gave it a heart on YouTube. That's great, Nick. At last, a sane human being. Nicholas Merton nailed it to the core when he said that XRP has pretty much lost all relevance in this context. I had no idea XRP was being sued. What the heck are people smoking? LOL. Obviously nobody bothered to read the doc. Although I am a qualified UK solicitor who no longer engages in trading, this paper is clear enough for a non-specialist. That is, if they bother to read it. It's a security, but retail investors won't be penalized for purchasing and trading unregistered securities. This is great news for the regular Joe, but it raises the possibility that Ripple may be shut down as an example in the cryptocurrency industry. Twitter tweets have become the de facto standard for disseminating news. This is the furthest thing from the truth. This man here is completely making things up. Except when he expressed gratitude, of course. He believes this on a daily basis because his thoughts, please, Nick Burton, try harder. After that, I made a whole thread I was kind and tagging him here, but I find this kind of thing absurd. I just can't stand it when folks are so terribly misled, even if it was an honest error. I, too, am prone to error. Please be honest and state that if that is the case. However, I have already read this section twice and shared it with you. Here, it appears on your screen once more. Also, I put pen to paper. Nick, in your recent video regarding XRP on YouTube, you made a lot of false statements. Please release a correction in your future video, since your audience deserves it after reading below where Judge Torres found XRP itself is not a security during the period you claim otherwise. I went on to say that you can ignore the messages on your screen if you so choose. You need to stop what you're doing and look at it. Not only did I explain why I didn't read it cover to cover, but I also went back and marked key passages. Just because some Bitcoin trades in 2013 were ruled to be unregistered securities violations doesn't mean that Bitcoin itself is a security, as I was trying to point out to him when we were having this conversation. I was aware of the SEC versus Shaver case because of Deaton. I briefly read it and found that it, too, involved a Section 5 violation. Actions it did not make them that it just the underlying asset is not the security, and I noted that because all sorts of things have been a part of schemes that were found to be illegal securities transactions, including Bitcoin, chinchillas, beavers, whiskey, oranges, and all those things that just being the assets themselves are he needs to look into this a little bit, let's say, but again, just because that happened did not make Bitcoin a security. That instance, then, did not include any such infractions. I just can't imagine him making the same case I would. I seriously doubt he'd try to explain that Bitcoin is no longer ICE and therefore not a security. Let's hope he's simply winding down. It appears like he's a kind person. Wow, he really is way off base. And I appreciate the chance presented by his stage to correct the record. Frustrates me to no end, considering I'm not a financial expert. Nothing I say should influence your buying or selling decisions. Right? Please like and subscribe my channel. See you in the next video. Bye.